Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker. Thank you so much for joining us here. We appreciate it very much. And I got to tell you, there's very little that excites me other than finding out people who are doing big and small things to impact our community. One of those people, the chair of this new Relay for Life, Jason Bergeron. Jason, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us again. This is amazing. You guys spreading the word for us giving back to the community and the things that we do in American Cancer Society, and Relay for Life is a big event, so we're excited to be here.
And that's a big thing, and we can't do it without a whole lot of support. Some of that comes from Thomas Mouse. Thomas with Gulf Island, thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity. It's a great thing. You know, Gulf Island has a 35-year history here in the community, and it's just a way for us to get back and give to the community and have our employees get engaged.
Now, speaking of employees being engaged, we're also glad Dustin's here. Dustin Landry. Dustin, thanks for being here.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. Excited to be here.
All right. Very cool. Now, Jason, we know that these things don't really take place without somebody stepping up in a big way, and Gulf Island has kind of done that this year here with Relay for Life.
Yeah, they have. You know, it's when you do, you know, fundraising, as we've both been involved in, it's always about, okay, how do we raise those funds? The first thing, the low-hanging fruit is always the sponsorships, and so Gulf Island was a presenting sponsor in the past, and they graciously step up again to do that. And so it really helps us to get everything kicked off. It's like, okay, we have that taken care of. Let's move on to the next items and making it a great event. But yeah, really excited that Gulf Island's able to be a part of this event and be our presenting sponsor.
Okay. And Thomas, tell us a little bit about the decision making that went into kind of doing this with Gulf Island. Probably a no-brainer, you'll tell me.
Yeah, it's an exciting time. You know, we really rallied around one of our employees, Hayes Adams, and his family. Lost his wife, Patty Adams, back in 2019 to cancer. And so we found this an opportunity to rally around him. And so all of our employees, we had at that time about 500 employees. So the employee team with Dustin's leadership created a committee and rallied around to say, okay, let's get around the Relay for Life and all the activities that we do.
Wow. Well, Dustin being a big part of that, so thank you for being the leader there within Gulf Island about doing that. What was that like in that development of just kind of seeing what we can do, where we can do it, and how we can go about doing that, and the energy maybe that came from a lot of the employees?
Yeah, absolutely. So myself and Dean Dupree, who is our quality QC manager, we spent a lot of time with Hayes. And we were just kind of like, you know, let's do something more. This is a good opportunity. And last year with COVID and everything else, it was kind of, it seemed like Relay was struggling to maybe get somebody to step up, you know, for that kind of donation. Mm-hmm. So we put together the golf tournament, which I think last year we did over 20,000. This year we did over 20,000. So that's been a big successful event for us.
Okay, very cool. Now, I know, Jason, it was a good day when we kind of did the presentation of the check from Gulf Island, and Jason has it right there. Let's talk a little bit about that and how that went.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, having a company step up, and it's part of our community. The golf tournament I actually went to that day on Saturday. It was an amazing event. A lot of food, of course, as we do golf tournaments around here, and they raise money, and they were like, you know, we'd love to present you guys with a check, and we're like, we love big checks. Let's go.
Yeah.
Not only number, size, but size of the actual check.
That was literally a big check.
Yes, we love big checks. So we did that, and we really thank them for doing that. So great team, and hanging out with Hayes and really looking at how this affects him.
Right.
You know, him and I had a conversation about his experience. I shared my experience, and so and you know, I could see him getting fired up about what this means and being a part of this and really making that connection, which I think is important to caregivers and survivors and those that, you know, have lost people to cancer. You know, it seems like every other day I hear about a new person, and it seems like the age is getting younger that people are affected with cancer. And so this all comes together for money, for research that goes directly to the state of Louisiana in a lot of ways.
Right, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But you're exactly right. The impact, like his wife, Patty, I think you said, and the impact that really kind of stirs people to do something to make a difference, to kind of pass that on, to really kind of encourage for other people to be impacted by that. All of us are touched by cancer, every one of us. And sadly, South Louisiana, Louisiana leads the state in cancer diagnoses, and South Louisiana leads Louisiana. So it's just one of those things that we deal with. It's just something that we bear. It's probably something in the water, but it's got a little bit to do with the way that we live, I think. And it's so very carefree. But again, the naming sponsor being Gulf Island, that initial money allows for things like, so I want to thank you both for what you've done. I want to thank Gulf Island, because what you've done is you've kicked off some of the other events that have kind of leading up to what we're doing, the golf tournament and the money that was raised for it, and then this lip sync that took place, and it helps do the development for those things. So having some of that money kind of allows us to kind of start the process. And here, somewhere between $60,000 and $70,000 raised in a first ever lip sync. Just incredible. So, Dustin, just some final thoughts for us in this segment and a Relay for Life for you.
Like you said, it touches everybody. Yeah. So that's the reason behind it. It's my reason for doing it. It's touched my family. Yeah. So, that's my reason behind it.
I love it. How about you for yourself?
I lost my father to stomach cancer 25 years ago. So that's the reason for me. And I think, too, for our company and for our employees, it's a great place to really rally our employees around our culture, giving back in the community and doing things where we live and operate.
Wow. And Jason, I know your story, your history, and those kinds of things. We'll be with you a little bit longer to be able to do that. But gentlemen, thank you so much for the passion. Thank you so much for rallying with your corporate team and really making a difference. And so thank you for allowing Relay for Life to really be beneficial this year by what you're doing and what you're giving back. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you all.
Don't forget April 23rd, Relay for Life, the first person relay in 2 years.
That's exactly right. We're going to talk about that and a whole lot more. So don't go anywhere. A lot more with Jason Bergeron, some more talking about Relay for Life here when we come back.